Hello, welcome back to another video. My name's Brooklyn and today we are going to be doing the Small Booktuber Tag. I didn't get tagged in this, but I thought I'd give it a go as I am a small booktuber and I'd like to tag some other small booktubers to get to know them better, and it's going to be fun. So the first question is introduce yourself. So as you know, my name is Brooklyn and I like to read, but I am 21 years old. I live just north of Sydney in Australia. And I've lived here all of my life. I have moved around a little bit within the state, but I've always lived in Australia. I've travelled to Japan in high school, England, America just recently, like LA and Vegas, and Indonesia, Fiji, and I also love Harry Styles. I don't know if you can, there he is, yes. I have a fiance. I recently got engaged when we were away and I've been with him for nearly 6 years. I live with him. We've lived together for like 3 years, I think, leading up to 4. I also love Friends and The Vampire Diaries, and that's pretty much what sums me up, I think. The second question is, how long have I been on Booktube for? I have been on Booktube since 2014, I want to say, maybe 2015, but I didn't regularly post at that time, and then I kind of like gave up with it. It was kind of at the time when there was like a lot of people coming on Booktube and it was really starting to get big, so there were a lot of quite big booktubers, but they weren't big at the time, so I felt really like overwhelmed with that. Like I couldn't be as good as that, and because I was so young as well, I like didn't know what I was doing and I didn't have the time to do it because I was at school and worried about lots of other things. But it really like got my reading to where it is now. Like I think if Booktube didn't exist, I would not be obsessed with books this much. But obviously I still would love reading, but yeah, Booktube has played such a big role. It isn't only until last year that I started like posting a little bit more, engaging a lot more with the community. Now I am trying to post like 3 videos a week. What is going on? The third question is, what type of videos do I make? So I make like a range of different types of videos, but I do the normal ones like TBR, wrap up, hauls, book hauls, that kind of thing. But I also really love doing like tags like this, and vlogs are probably my favorite ones to film because it's like my whole experience of reading a certain book or a few books, and it also shows like a little bit of my life as well, and I really like to go back and watch them if I want to. Also, I've been really getting into doing my reading sprints on my channel and hopefully joining other people's reading sprints soon. It just lets me connect more with everyone, and I really enjoy having that set time to be productive with either my reading or other parts of my life. Like it's just so much fun and I love it. The fourth question is, what do I love the most about Booktube? I think that I love the community in Booktube and just the sense of being able to talk to people about the things that I love the most and them actually getting it, because in my real life I don't have very many bookish friends. Like my closest friends don't really read, and my fiance has only just started reading a little bit, which is very exciting, but he's not like, obviously hasn't read all the types of books that I read and probably wouldn't either. It's just nice to be able to communicate with people about how I'm feeling about a book at the time and know that I'm not feeling alone in my thoughts, and it just makes the reading experience so much better to know that you can go and talk to someone about it or express your feelings online or something like that. So I really love that, and just like the feeling of sitting down, if I'm like eating breakfast or if I'm wanting to get in the reading mood, I can just pop on Booktube and watch someone's vlog and that instantly makes me want to read. So I love that. The fifth question is, what's my favorite video that I've ever made? And I would have to say it's my reading vlog of The Spanish Love Deception. That experience of me reading it is my favorite ever, and I'm so happy that I vlogged it because there's a lot of moments where I'm just like dying and it's just so funny. But yeah, I'm just glad that I captured all of that, and it's like kind of embarrassing, but I don't really care because it was just so much fun and I love it. Okay, so I missed one. In classic Brooklyn fashion, there was another question in the middle of all of those ones, and that is, what type of books do you read? And I mostly lean towards the romance and fantasy genre. My favorite is when they're together. These amazing fantasy books like Throne of Glass and From Blood and Ash and all of those types of things, when they have romance in them, it's so good. And I've almost gotten to a point where I don't really want to read a book without romance, which is really like bad, it feels, but we're not book shaming here, so it's all good. And also Zodiac Academy, like those types of books where they're fantasy but they're also humorous and they've got really great friendships and romance in them, that is kind of my obsession right now. I also do really just enjoy a standalone romance, or companion novels always seem to be my favorite, and also retellings like Cinder and Scarlet and all of those ones, like they're really great as well. And obviously, like I love Cassandra Clare's books too, so it's just like that fantasy romance kind of thing that I'm going for. So yeah, I don't really often mix it up, and when I do, I always like love that book, so I need to do that often, but it's hard for me to get away from these characters. And then the last question is, what booktubers do you tag? And so I've tagged 4 booktubers below, and if you want to do it, you can. No pressure if you don't want to. And also, anyone that sees this is open to do this, of course. I did not make this tag up. So yeah, whatever you want to do with this, go for it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on more of my other videos. Bye!